Apparently, a lot of them are figuring out that Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act are the same thing, and they actually voted against their own self-interest. If you voted for them, you took away my health care. Not only did you take away my health care, you took away my ability to get insurance at all because I have pre-existing conditions. And that's just one of the minuscule ways you've affected people in this country.
Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for clicking when you got the notification. So, in today's video, we are seeing the FAFO era, the Maga series. So, we are going to be looking at Magas who didn't know that the Obamacare is the same thing as the Affordable Care. I know, right? It's always good to search out the matter when you are going into something. Let's get into the videos and see what they have to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you also did not know? Are you in your finding out season? It's about to get juicy. Kindly subscribe and I'll see you at the end of the video. Ciao.
So Maga, you're upset now because now you're finding out that Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act are the same thing. You voted to get rid of Obamacare. I guess because you thought Obamacare was only for you know who, not knowing that the Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act are one and the same. It was the Republicans who told you and gave the Affordable Care Act the nickname Obamacare. They did it to scare you, and you fell for it. So you voted out of hate to try to get rid of something out of hate. But now you're not going to have health insurance because he has been trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act since his first time in office. And now that he has no guardrails, it's gone. He's going to try everything in his power to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. So all of you who voted to get rid of Obamacare, you just lost your damn insurance. Oh well, I guess you live and you learn.
You know, one good thing that came out of this whole Luigi United Healthcare issue is people are finally starting to talk about the healthcare system in America and how messed up it is. What I don't think people realize is a lot of their issues is because of Obamacare. Yes, Obamacare had a lot of good ideas, but it didn't work for the vast majority of Americans. What it allowed was for people with pre-existing conditions who used to not be able to get health insurance, and people who couldn't afford health insurance at the time to be able to get health insurance, which is awesome. However, because of that, the insurance companies had to raise their premiums for all of the other people outside of those two circumstances. So if you didn't meet the eligibility financially for Obamacare, and if you didn't have pre-existing conditions, your insurance rate skyrocketed through the roof. That's the part of Obamacare that people don't talk about, because when you hear Obamacare, you hear about the Affordable Care Act and it made health insurance affordable. Only made health insurance affordable for people who couldn't afford health insurance to begin with. For the people who did have insurance already, it just made them skyrocket. So the majority of middle-class Americans are paying for that.
Please stop and listen to this if it concerns you, because I know I need a lot of help and other people do as well. So when the ACA gets repealed, what can we do, right? Like, I know TikTok is a great place for education and resources, so please stitch this or leave a comment or something on what we can do if the ACA gets repealed. There are so many of us that rely on the ACA, not just for quality of life, but just to live, period, right? Like, one of the medicines I take is $300,000 a year. One. Right? And if insurances no longer have to accept people with pre-existing conditions, it's like, all I could think to do is leave and go somewhere. And I was doing research like Portugal and France have universal health care, and they also allow people with pre-existing conditions on there. So maybe that's an option, but I know moving isn't an option for most people, especially disabled people. But I like don't know. I mean, I don't even know if I could, but I feel like it's like a last resort situation. I don't know what to do. So please, like, stitch this with some type of advice or education or something on like what to do, because I'm lost. I know a lot of other people are too.
If you're not familiar with how Obamacare works, then you need to keep watching this video. Obamacare, Marketplace, ACA, the Affordable Care Act, they all mean the same thing, okay? Just a bunch of different terminologies for it. Obviously, Obama created Obamacare, so that's why we call it Obamacare. Obamacare is individual health insurance for individuals, families, that sort of thing. The big reason why Obamacare came about is because health insurance prior to Obamacare didn't have to cover pre-existing, didn't have to cover mental health or maternity. I think we can all agree that having a woman on health insurance is very important to make sure that her pregnancy is covered. So Obamacare did great with covering certain services that people needed. And if you're lower income on Obamacare, you can actually qualify for what they call a subsidy or a tax credit, where the government will actually help you pay for your premium every month. However, the drawback on that is if you make, if you're middle class or upper class and not ultra rich, not talking about the 1%, but middle to upper class, you will pay a lot for your health insurance, and I'll kind of explain to you why that is. So like I said, Obamacare will cover all pre-existing conditions. So if you have cancer or diabetes, you can enroll right into the plan and it will be covered. So what does that have to do with, people maybe middle class, upper class aren't going to qualify for any subsidy or savings? Well, your premium is going to be a lot higher. Your deductible is going to be a lot higher. Why is that? Well, because the insurance companies are taking on a lot of risk. They're insuring a lot of the time unhealthy people that need a lot of work done, or people that are lower income who are paying next to nothing for their premium. And so how do they make money? At the end of the day, that's what they're in to do. So they're going to raise your rates, your deductible, so it kind of evens that playing field because they're taking on a lot of risk. Before this gets political, because I know it will, I do not feel one way or the other. Whatever is best for my client is the way that we're going to go. Some people, if they have health conditions, they have to, suck it up and pay a lot of money. Other people, are going to get great coverage for a low cost. There's great things with Obamacare. There's also a lot of bad things with Obamacare, which is why I don't think we need to eradicate it. We definitely need to change it. But if you're lower income, health issues going on, reach out to me. Or if you want to look at some alternative to Obamacare, I'm also in both fields. Hope this helps, guys.
So, guys, just to break it further, the Obamacare and the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, are actually the same thing, right? And many people might not seem to understand this because they seem confused, because the ACA has undergone some changes since when it was passed, and some people might think that voting against Obamacare is the same thing as voting against the ACA, right? Maybe due to misinformation, lack of understanding about the law, or maybe the way the politicians or even media, social media, the way everything is framed. And those terms are used interchangeably, but I feel when you actually want to put your whole life into something, you want that whatever decision you are making would make or mar the future that you are trying to project, the future that you are trying to picture yourself into. You actually make informed and critical choices and decisions about the information that you consume. So I feel that as individuals, if we are accountable and we make more informed decisions about our healthcare and the laws that governs it, will actually make better decisions. Because if you say that, oh yeah, you didn't know, I mean, if you had searched out the matter further, you actually have discovered it. And whatever finding out era that you are in now, it will even be your portion, because you would have avoided the problem before it actually came. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you actually think it's the same? Do you know it's the same? Do you feel it's the same? Or you are still denying the fact that it is the same? Let me know. Are you biting your tongue? Are you biting your lips now? Are you wishing you did things differently? Let me know what you think. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. And I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to stay safe. Ciao.